All right, here's a cool little turnaround lick. I'll show you a few different ways you can play it and phrase it. Everybody uses this. Clapton, Billy Gibbons, pretty much anyone that plays a standard blues shuffle 1-4-5 thing, right? So we'll start out with the ZZ Top thing, right? So if you got a ZZ Top beard, you got to know a little ZZ Top, right? So I started growing this just so, in case anybody wonders, not that anybody cares. So I started growing this on February 29th of 2020 on the leap day, right? That's the last day I shaved. And then all hell broke loose in the world, and I just said, forget it. I'm just going to grow me a giant beard. Be a physical reminder of how long all this garbage has been going on in the world, right? So, so if you ever wonder what it looks like to not shave for 2 years, this is it. So, anyway, so we're going to start out with this lick, right? So you're going to slide in, basically the theory of it, so you can move it around into any key. You're just going to have the D and E string on the first fret of your first minor pentatonic box, right? So we're up here in A, you got your 5-8, 5-7, 5-8 and all that. Just start on D and E. Use your ring and pinky finger, right? Because your pinky's going to stay on E the entire time, and we're just going to walk down the D string a half step each time, right? So say you're in D, you just start on 10. You know, say you're in B, G sharp, E minor. Alright, so it works everywhere, so you can move it around, right? And then you can phrase it differently. So the first way I did it was phrasing it like the LaGrange kind of ZZ Top way, right? And you can just go D to E 3 times on each one. And he resolves to the 1 chord, not to the 5, right? So you're going to go... Alright, so after you just go back and forth, pick on the D string, finger on the high E, right? It's all hybrid picked. Then just walk it down to 4, then to 3, then hit the open A, then hit 2 on A, and then hammer on 3 to 4, and then catch 2 on G, right? And he kind of does this like, I don't know how to describe it. He kind of slows it down a little in the middle of picking between the D and E. Like on the third one especially. Alright, so that's that way. And then if you want to play a more traditional way, you could just walk it down. And you can just hit each one twice, except when you get to 2 and 5, just hit that once, right? So you just go, and you can walk into your 5 chord, right into E7. Or you could phrase it just a standard D-E-D, right? And you just go D-E-D, go down a fret, D-E-D each time, right? And the other cool thing is you can play this on the B and E string too, right? So you can also just play licks out of it. You don't have to use it as a turnaround. I think Billy Gibbons does that. You could just sit here and, you know, or you can walk it down a little bit. You know, just do little stuff like that. But same thing, you can just walk it down. Right. So that's everything. It's a good thing to have. Just practice slow and have fun.